sirens, or I mean, you got some of them that went in there because they picked on in high school. They want revenge, and
Oh, we don't
it
need
happened.
that. That's the
So
ones we don't need.
but you need that senior patrolman, that lieutenant that's been here 25 years, because you can go to all the schools you want to, but until you've actually experienced some of these things firsthand, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I remember when I first came out of academy, my supervisor was Bobby Hines, and he's deceased now, but he was like, man, he taught me a lot about investigations, and but he was my patrol supervisor at the time, and he said, "What all did you learn in the academy?" And I said, I was all eager to tell him, "Oh, I learned this." And that." He said, "Yeah, roll down your window." I rolled down the window. He said, "Throw it all out. Day
Wow.
one starts today."
Yeah.
All that got you ready for was today, because the book is not necessary. Now, don't get me wrong, learning the codes
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
laws, knowledge, that type of knowledge you need
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
You need to know if you did you catch him with dope, but did you have the right to chase him? Because different laws do different things.
Yeah.
So that type of stuff is very important. But he said, day one today, start your training, because that book is not going to help you dissolve a domestic violence dispute. You're going to have to learn how to talk to people.
Right.
Even when you pull up on a scene, people don't want to be talked to stupid.
Right.
You know, their tempers are already up. You raising your temp, so you're supposed to de-escalate, and and so they teach that in the academies. But until you're standing in front of somebody hollering at you, and your first reaction is you want to kind of get a little who you talking to.
Right.
But
Right.
if you learn to say, hey, 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 I ain't hollering at you. Why you hollering at me? That instant, oh man, that's something. Now you got some of them that don't care,
Right.
and then you got to do what you got to do on that end. But the general is to de-escalate. So the seasoned officers, they've learned from their mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you want to take, man, don't do this,
Hmm.
because, and that's why it's vitally important that you have someone that is leading the department, and this goes for city police or sheriff's offices, or even the smaller departments. You have somebody who's diverse in all areas as much as possible. Sometimes you don't have a candidate that
Right.
has that, but enough training that if I send you out to do a job, I can know if you did it right or not.
Right.
But
Right.
if I don't know if you did it right or not, I mean that can be detrimental to a department.
Yeah. But I think that continual education, training, and things
Oh
is
yeah,
so
I'm going to
important.
criminal investigation school like
Yeah.
in July or August. I continue to go
Yeah.
to different things because things change. The laws change. The way like I said, if you're not willing to change, then you get left behind. You have to keep up with training. Training is so important.
Knowledge or experience? Which one you choose first?
Oof.
Knowledge or experience?
I'm going with experience. I really feel like in this day and time, if you ain't never lived it, you don't know it.
Yeah.
You can know all the things you want to.
I
You know,
think I'm the same way.
I think experience over.
And I'm gonna bring knowledge along.
Yeah,
I'm gonna choose experience until knowledge to come along
yeah.
because I want to teach
Well,
knowledge.
that's like, okay, my dad's been doing consultant work for the whole United States in poultry industry. He started right here at Conagra,
Hmm.
which used to be Pilgrim's Pride or Pilgrim Country, whatever it was. But I think Pilgrim's Pride. Like he don't have no degree, but they call him a corporate engineer.
Wow.
He's a fix it. Like
Yeah.
I call him a finger pointer because
Yeah.
like they call
Yeah.
him to like he's in Gainesville or where he's at now. He comes and he fixes problems. But you can go hire this boy or this woman out of college who's got a degree. They don't know nothing about fixing nothing. All they got is that degree. So
Right.
I'll take training and experience over knowledge.
Well, that reminds me of there was all of these engineers trying to get this truck from stuck under this bridge, and boy, they just had all kind of folks come in to try to get that truck from under that bridge. And so we had a lady who had a little baby. Little baby got away, and they were trying to find the little baby, and the little baby went there with a little stick and put into the tire where the little
Grooves.
grooves at and let the air out the tires. And after a while, the engineers looked around and said, "Wow!" the thing came down and it drove from under there. And so, I often say, whenever we get too smart for our own britches, that we think we cannot learn,
Learn. Yeah, I agree.
the only other stage from being right is rotten.
Absolutely.
And we don't need rottenness in any uh, uh, form of leadership.
Oh,
No
absolutely.
matter what we in,
Absolutely.
and let me just encourage people to understand. At the end of the day, when you are elected by the people, don't ever get arrogant
Mm-mm.
and think, and especially, I have to remind myself over and over again, before I am a public servant, I am God's servant,
Absolutely.
and I treat people the way I want to be treated. I don't mistreat folk and do things because you did this to me. I'm gonna turn around and do it to you because God is never pleased with being vindictive.
Mm-mm.
You know, and so I that's my thing. If I ever see, I don't care who you are. If I ever see you being vindictive, I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
You know,
It don't it spoils you.
that's right.
It's just
Because once you
it,
become vindictive, you don't care who you're vindictive to. You know. So, with that being said, any closing words before we get out of here? Because I know we both gotta go.
right. I would just encourage people. I know it's early, and I feel like this is important. Um, Come out Thursday, July the 2nd, 5:30, Riverside Reserve. That's off the backside of college. Um, Come out and listen. You don't have to commit. I
Right.
just want you to listen to what I have to say because I'm not varying from what I'm gonna say. When I speak on Thursday, I'm laying my whole platform of what my vision is and what I see that I think we need, the programs that I think are missing and
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to implement. And I can promise you this much: I own a business. I've managed a multi-million-dollar business for a number of years. I know finances. People can tell you, "Oh, I'm gonna do all these programs. I'm gonna
Right.
do all this," and if the money ain't there, you can't. I've already looked at some of the budget and things that I can move around and eliminate this position and create this position because it's needed more than this position. So when I say what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it.
Well, listen, we have just had um, Mr. Preston Durr, who has announced and will formally announce on July the 2nd at 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Riverside Reserve, and that is 104 Mill Street, Natchitoches, Louisiana. And so anyone can
It's open.
open.
We will serve jambalaya. There'll be cold drinks, no alcohol. And I'm gonna close with this, and you can close. The invitations for everybody. And if you want to talk to me beforehand, please do. You can call me. My number is 318-664-2988. I just encourage everybody to come out and listen to what I have to say
Is
and
that
then
your
make a
cell?
decision. That's myself.
You give out yourself?
Myself, everybody, I don't care. My wife will tell you my phone rings all day.
All right, all right. Well, God bless you all. God keep you is my prayer. Hope you have a wonderful and blessed weekend. I love you, and can't do nothing about it. Let me take this phone call right quick.
Yeah, I need to emphasize. That's what I was trying to remember and I forgot. And that it's 2027. Because you're gonna have some people think that because I'm coming out this July, that it's in this October. So that'll be something I PowerPoint on at my speech.
But
They don't want me to leave without writing you that.
my boy going off on Donald Trump. That's Bill Cassidy. I told him they was upset to my he finally got uh the kahunas. I said he had kahunas when he voted to impeach him, but y'all didn't like it. Shucks. Same ones who the president is endorsing. Anyway, we got a good picture right here.